You got to worry about getting your job took because there's a company, I don't know if you know, there's a self-driving semi company that's basically trying to take over the industry. And you know what that does for us truckers?
Yes, it limits our jobs because if that does happen and the electric semi trucks are actually on the road and released,
Yes.
that's going to be a big problem.
Yes, they're going to take the jobs of truckers, millions of truckers all over the world, not only just America. Let's see.
You're going to take an entire market and just get rid of all the drivers. Like, you know, people like me, like, what else are we going to be good for?
This week on Pittsburgh's Action News 4, we have been
Wow.
taking you inside a Pittsburgh company that could be close to changing one of the biggest industries in America. They have created driverless semi-trucks.
Oh, wow.
And before the
Oh
end
my
of this
God.
year, they plan to have them on the roads in Texas running fully autonomously. Now, in our last few stories, we showed you
Texas.
how the tech works, how it was tested right here in Pittsburgh, its safety profile, the government.
Fully autonomous semi trucks.
Which is crazy. I wouldn't even feel safe, even as a driver right now. I wouldn't feel safe with autonomous trucks driving themselves around. There's so much that can go wrong. One thing, and that's destruction.
It's one thing and it's over with because you got to realize that this truck that we're driving, we haul 80,000 pounds maximum. Guys, imagine an 80,000 pound wrecking ball going 70 miles per hour down a Texas freeway, slamming into a family of 5.
That would be horrendous.
Yeah, and they're going to a picnic that day, and then all of a sudden this driverless semi truck is barreling down the highway, man. It's no telling how many wrecks that didn't happen, but I wouldn't feel safe with this crazy invention that these guys are trying to come up with.
No, and especially now that it's getting to be
Oversight.
wintertime,
Today,
ice and snow on the roads. You couple that with a driverless vehicle, that automatically is a recipe for
And
disaster.
they said for Texas, and guess what? In Dallas, they got snow everywhere.
Oh yes.
we want to take a look at the industry impact and what this would mean for those who depend on trucking for their livelihood.
We really have a big footprint. Everyone relies on trucking. You may not know it when you're buying groceries, but they got there because of our industry.
Trucking is a $1 trillion a year industry in America. As COVID brought to the forefront, drivers are essential.
We're moving
Yes.
73% of the economy. We're 8.5 million strong in trucking, which means we're 1 in 18 jobs in the United States
Yes.
is trucking related, and the top job in 29 states is trucking related.
Chris Spear is president and CEO of the American Trucking Associations, representing drivers in all 50 states at the federal level. He says their industry is staring down a big problem.
The shortage
Yes.
of talent. We have been for some
Talent is
years
key.
now running a deficit of drivers and attracting new talent into the industry.
I don't think they're attracting new talent if you guys have got out here just letting anybody get their CDLs. Like, you got to be skilled. I've been driving
Yeah.
for 5 years, going on 6.
Mine's almost 4.
Yeah, and we're very talented because we're team drivers. Not only do we, monitor each other and what we're doing as far as driving and safety and pre-trips and maintenance and just different stuff that's going on the road, we look out for each other.
Yes,
A lot
we
of
do.
these guys, like I said earlier, they're by themselves and they become renegades on this road. Like, you can become a full-fledged renegade on the road, and that's what you got out here, man. So some of these companies are hiring renegades, and these guys are getting in wrecks.
And also, not to go political on everybody, but with the immigration situation that we're facing with the border crossings, there are a lot of drivers with their CDLs that are not even qualified, I would say, to be driving these trucks because maybe over in, let's say, Venezuela, they have their license. It's a whole different guideline, situation over there. The roads are different. So to come here and get on the roads and drive, I would say absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
We see that every day.
Yeah, it's totally different, man. That's why they're building all these driverless semi-trucks. They think they can replace us, which I don't believe.
No, not at all.
Spear says there's a shortage of about 70,000 drivers right now. In the next decade, that's expected to climb to 1 million.
You are 10 times more likely to die on the job if you drive a truck than you or I or the average American.
Aurora Innovation CEO Chris Urmsom says
the guy right here.
safety is a big reason there aren't enough workers. Also, time away from home and health outcomes from a sedentary job. That's where autonomous tech could help, taking over some of those long-haul routes, which Spears says are the hardest jobs to fill.
That's partly the
Yes, they
toughest
are.
segment of our industry to serve because you're away for so long, upwards of 3 weeks on the road. It also pays the highest, but it has, ramifications, time away from home and your family.
Since
Yes.
2021, Aurora has been running autonomous routes in Texas, logging over 1 million miles so far.
I definitely agree with that, man. We're out sometimes 2 months at a.
Yeah, sometimes 2 months.
That's 8 weeks.
The longest I think we ever did was almost 4 months with one company we were at.
Yeah, we was out for 4 months straight. Because we were really running it up. We're really entrepreneur driven, so it's like, just go to get it, go get the money by any means. As everybody, that's not for everybody because people have families, they got kids, they got
Maybe
stuff,
emergencies
people at
and
home,
things like that.
so people need to get off the road, but they can if they're driving a semi truck. If you're away in Boston, Massachusetts, and your family is in Phoenix, Arizona, that's way across America.
That's across America.
How you gonna get there if little Johnny got stepped on something and now he's in a hospital?
Yes,
It's hard.
It's very
man.
difficult.
Or how you gonna get there if your wife is not answering the phone and she says
Oh, I was out with friends.
I'm not happy, and then now she's on girls' night out.
No, she's on girls' night out, and you might not be able to reach her for, let's say, days go by.
Yeah, she's at the club on the stripper pole.
Oh
So-
my God. So
so
that
the-
could be very challenging. I mean,
It's-
think about the driver. He's still wondering what's going on at home. What's in my wife? What's happening? Or vice versa. Where's my husband?
So
Or a female
I
driver.
can understand the need that they're trying to fill, but at the same time, you can't take the livelihoods at the same time.
No.
The trucks stop at terminals that Aurora built on each end to load and deliver goods for customers. The trucks right now drive autonomously, but with a safety driver on board, ready to take over at any minute.
You still drive.
Aurora
Safety driver.
expects by the end of this year, they will be ready to remove those human drivers.
Oh
If
my God.
successful, it would be a slow revolution, starting with only a few dozen trucks. But ultimately, it could change the logistics landscape, shaving days off of delivery times for long hauls. Autonomous drivers, after all, don't need to rest.
And what we see this technology enabling through our partners is for freight to get places more safely, more quickly, that'll allow small farmers to reach further with where they sell their produce.
Bruh, no, bruh.
But when it
I still don't
ultimately
see it being
also
quicker.
helps
I'm
people
trying to
move
figure
around
that part out.
cities, it'll make that easier and safer as well.
So what is the government going to do for the people that don't have no more work because of AI taking over the truck driver?
Yes.
Many drivers we spoke with say
I agree with this guy. I technically don't trust that Aurora CEO. That guy he don't have a beard. See this man right here, he got a beard.
He has a beard. Yeah, we can trust him. He's more trustworthy looking.
He got the little trucker headset on. He
Yes,
got
he
the
does.
gray in the beard.
Yeah.
He got the little fuzzies.
Yes. Now, this truck driver has been through some experiences. Do you hear me? He has been through it. I can tell from looking at his face.
Yeah, man. So that's the thing, bro. The smooth talking CEO want to replace this guy's like, no, bro.
they're afraid of this taking their jobs.
I want to get a bunch of my guys together and go picket that company because it's going to be a chain reaction. You're going to have other companies coming up and they're going to repeat the technology and it's going to put us out of a job.
The Teamsters are a large
a lot of
trucking
people would
union
be out of work if
representing
that
tens
happens.
of thousands of drivers. They sent Pittsburgh's Action News 4 this statement that reads in part, "There should always be a well-trained and properly licensed person in the front seat of a vehicle. No matter what any big tech company says, there isn't a single driverless vehicle on the road today that's anywhere close to operating at the same capacity as a human driver."
Exactly.
That's a view the American Trucking Associations wholly disagrees with.
But it's an antiquated argument. If you have a shortage of talent, as big as 70,000 drivers short in our industry, you can add as many automated trucks as you want. You're not going to fill that void.
A 2021 report by the Department of Transportation found that autonomous trucking would add billions of dollars into the economy through its secondary benefits like faster transportation.
Bro, that's straight cap. I don't.
I don't agree.
I don't agree. I don't trust, and not just because I'm in the industry, but also because I'm in the industry. I understand that it's almost impossible to trust a truck going down the road with all this valuable freight. What about flatbed?
Yeah, what about flatbed?
You're gonna have robots strapping the load? I
That's a
did
good question.
flatbed for 3.5 years straight.
Yes.
Conestoga, me and her.
Yeah, both of us, exactly.
You can check the video down below. With the semi truck, semi truck woman strapping the semi truck load.
strapping.
We was doing flatbed. Now we're on drive in because we're owner operators. But dude, imagine that.
And imagine if something unpredictable happens where somebody jumps out in the road. Those things do happen.
Yeah,
Someone
a deer.
steps out. Yes, a deer.
Any of that stuff, man. So, what's their name? They're called Aurora. They're upset right now because they're mad at DOT rejecting cab mounted warning beacons. So basically they tried to pass something where they can still put their technology in trucks as of January 13, 2025. Aurora Innovation has filed a suit against the DOT and the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, FMCA, claiming that the agency arbitrarily rejected the industry's idea for alternative solution for modern roadside warning devices. Dude, we don't want that. Like, we don't want no AI with trucking.
No, thank you.
It's crazy. Aurora's mad because no one wants to deal with their stuff. On December 26, 2024, after 2 years of silent reviews, the FMCA denied Aurora's application to pilot modernized roadside warning systems in autonomous trucking, said the president of Aurora in the company's media release. While this does not prevent us from complying with existing regulations when we launch our driverless trucks in April, this decision raises more important questions as Americans. How do we think about safety innovation on the roads? Guys, no matter how much you release all this AI, it doesn't matter
No,
because
it doesn't mean like more AI the better. It depends on what we're talking about, what function it would be serving, how's it going to affect the daily people who are human.
yeah, because if it's Chat GPT, it's okay. But if you're talking about
We're talking about trucking industry.
trucking,
Yeah.
you might kill a lot of people doing that or hurt them.
Or hurt them. It's almost saying like, okay, nursing should have automated nursing staff.
Yeah, we should automate the NICU and have automated nursing for the babies that just get born.
Yes.